Hello, this is Linda Savori, and I am going to talk about my presentation on leadership and project management. In this first slide, we're talking about leadership and how the importance of being a team player, a team leader, and that the success of any project that is being created or completed usually starts with a great team player as a leader. When buying a home, the project life cycle includes several stages. Here I'm talking about initiation, identifying needs, what you need to have, your budget, defining your goals, making sure that you know that you have your down payment, that you are also ready for any upcoming costs. Another thing can be planning, researching markets, demographics of the location you want to be, searching for homes, looking for cities that you might want to live. You have to plan out everything, every detail for you to have a successful home buying. When buying a home, the project life cycle includes several stages. The most important one is monitoring and controlling, overseeing the purchase process. It's important to keep the project on track within your budget, not going over your budget. A weakness can be required constant attention and flexibility. Closing, finalizing the purchase, signing contracts, making sure you transfer ownership, all the legal paperwork. Post-closing, it's settling into the new home, making sure you have all your things there, completing the task of purchasing a home. Project managers and estimating cost. In this slide, we're talking about why it's important for a project manager to estimate costs up front. So more or less you have a number to stick with, a budget to make sure you follow as you are getting the job completed. Resource allocation, knowing where you're going to buy your resources from, your wholesales, your vendors. It's important to give yourself a ballpark of what you're using. Also for risk management, you want to know early on to identify any potential financial risks, leaving a cushion in case of there's an unforeseen expense. Stakeholder confidence. Investors always want to know where their money's at and what it's going to be being spent on. So that's important for them. And decision making, having clear cost estimates aids to make informed decisions throughout the project, keeping everybody in budget at all times. It is crucial for project managers to have a timeline for this estimating cost because that you don't always have the money up front, and you have to break it down to where either the contractor needs to purchase or you need to start creating orders to get the supply on time. You want to make sure you have time for money for payroll, along with machinery, things like that. Project managers play a critical role by reducing the cost of a budget because it's maximizing efficiency, risk mitigation, optimizing resources, enhancing stakeholder value, and it improves competitiveness. So lowering costs can make projects more competitive in profit and increase opportunities for future projects and collaboration. Everybody's always looking to make more money, and if you are a project manager that can do that for them, then they're always going to be looking for you as a team leader to save them money, but also to create more profit for them. Sometimes when you do go over budget or there's unforeseen problems in any type of project like this, then you have to start cutting costs. So you have to start deciding on where you can cut, not cut corners, but cut supply, cut payroll, cut things that you can go without doing, but still make sure that the project is being completed at its very successfully. A successful office manager will include being able to promote its job with time, understanding budgets, understanding team leaders, understanding the project in itself, and making sure that he can run a successful team to have organizational goals and a successful completion of projects. A great leader can manage projects successfully by communication and direction, being able to have somebody that knows what they're doing and always has dedication to leadership is very important. Team motivation and morale. Obviously, if you have a great team leader, you will have a great team, and that team will carry on the job for you, make everything easier for the team leader to continue and become a project manager. They're also very important because conflict resolution and collaboration, if anything goes down, anything problems, they are ready to take on the problem and fix any conflicts promptly and fairly. Project closures can be beneficial when projects are not meeting expectations, because it's important that they understand when it's time to shut something down instead of spending money where they're not supposed to. Depending on resources, reallocation if something happened, or minimizing losses by not doing things correctly. Investments can fall through, and investors will obviously get upset for losing money in the project. They also focus on strategic initiative. If anything, it enables an organization to redirect efforts towards strategic initiatives or projects. Learning and improvement. Project closures provide an opportunity to evaluate failures, identify root causes, and implement corrective actions to improve the project management process and outcome in the future. Project managers have several concerns related to environmental factors. They have to make sure that they know where they are creating this project, if there's any factors that they need to go about, legal formalities with the city or wherever they're allocating resources, cross-cultural consideration as well, and also making sure that they are in compliance with everything that needs to be done. One of the major ones is for a project manager to know about cultural factors. Visiting project managers must respect the customs, the values, and the social standards of other countries where they will be working or project success. Very important to understand everybody else. Sometimes the language can be a barrier, so it's important to have a translator, or at least have a leader that can understand well with other investors. Traditional versus agile methods. This is more about contrast traditional project management, which follows a sequential approach. With agile methods, this emphasizes flexibility, collaboration, and development. So Agile PM, Agile project management focuses on adaptive planning, continuous improvement, and rapid delivery of value to customers throughout collaboration and flexibility. Agile PM in Action, Scrum, is a popular agile framework that involves cycles called sprints, regular feedback, and self-organization teams to deliver project results. And extreme programming emphasizes coding standards, legal formalities, continuous testing, and frequent releases, which is all important for project managers to move on. And last but not least, applying the Agile PM to large projects. This helps in methodologies can be scaled and applied to large projects throughout frameworks like Scaled Agile Framework, known as SAFE, or large scale Scrum, enabling agility while managing complexity. Obviously, you will need a team of members to control all this, because there's also limitations and concerns. Approaches may face challenges with upfront planning, documentation, stakeholders' expectations, all those detailed paperwork needs to be considered and adapted to any address of concerns that these people may have. The hybrid project management is a project management combines elements of traditional and agile methods to leverage the strength of both approaches, offering flexibility, structured processes, and responsiveness to change immediately for a successful project completion.